Hi, my name is Gordon Duncan. I've started attending Fellowship Denver about 2.5 years ago. I'd like to give you a little bit about my journey today. I became a Christian when I was a young man back in Texas. I think I did it more as a sense of a duty versus really understanding what I was getting myself into. So I sort of drifted away from the church as a young man, and I had a lot of misconceptions. One of those was I thought to be a Christian you had to be perfect. And I knew I wasn't perfect. I knew I'd never be perfect. And so that was sort of an impediment for me, and it made me steer away from the church. I mean, if I couldn't be good enough to be part of God's family, then I thought, well, I'll be the best person I can. And I made it a point in my life to be that best person. So I found myself as a man, say 4 or 5 years ago. I had many things. I traveled the world. I had money. I had possessions. I had a nice wife, a nice house. But I wasn't happy. I mean, I didn't have that spiritual element fulfilled in my life. So I started going to church, and I met some cool people, and I enjoyed the sermons from both Hunter and from Dave Moreland, but it really didn't stick because I had all these basic concerns in my life that I didn't have answered about Christianity. So finally I started going to see what would happen. I started going to fellowship group, and this is really where my faith grew. What I found is that the fellowship group that I joined accepted me completely 100%. They let me ask questions, they let me grow. They knew that I was struggling to find answers to a lot of questions. And so I think it was really cool that, again, they let me grow. And through all of this, my faith has grown. And in fact, I was rebaptized earlier this summer because, my faith has grown so much. And I now feel part of the Christian community, and I'm embraced. And it's just a great thing for me. When you finally give up on yourself thinking that you can manage your life, and you finally just admit it and say, God, I've made a mockery out of my life, will you take over? Well, that's it. I think that's the point when you really start to get it. And I think God really starts to work within you at that point in time. And you reach a measure of peace that you never had before. I think once I joined, I finally found where I belonged. After all these years, I knew without a doubt that this is the place for me. This is where I belong with God, with the Christian community.